everyone, this is the Beard. You know, this is going to be my review of the Star Wars Hot Toys MMS 291 Spacetrooper from Star Wars A New Hope. Sideshow exclusive. Whew, had to take a breather there for that. That's a long ass title. I don't think that's going to be the title of the video, but still, that's what this figure is. As you can see, it's got the Sideshow exclusive sticker right there, which I always love. Looks really nice. There's the front of the packaging right there. Gives you a nice look at the figure. Otherwise, it is just your stereotypical Star Wars packaging. It comes from Sideshow Hot Toys, Codable Key. I think this is license mandated, which that's fine. It doesn't look bad or anything like that. It's just they can't get creative, but it looks perfectly fine. It serves its purpose. And of course, you got the full Star Wars right there, which looks really, really nice. Sideshow doesn't do that. That looks really nice. And there's the read up on the back. Nobody reads. I read it once, like my first Hot Toys figure, and that was it. And that's it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get on to the figure. Alright, as you know, we always do accessories first, so let's go ahead and show off the hands, which you get, a fair amount of. I mean, you get this one right here, which is like an open palm, which is like, hey, you stop, kind of thing. You get some fists. This is a pointing one right here. You see, that's like, I think this is one that's exclusive to this set. They made just for this Spacetrooper because that is like his iconic pose, which is nice. You know, that if you ever wanted this for like a normal trooper, this would be a good. Like if you wanted to swap this out, I mean, that's nice if you want to do that. You get this one right here, which basically is like the gun holding hand. You know, like cradle hand. You get a trigger finger. Well, you get two trigger fingers. Where's the other trigger finger? Yeah, here it is. Okay, it's got a peg in it. You get a trigger finger for left and right. You get two fists, which it's just fists, nothing exciting. And you get a cradle for the right hand. So yeah, in case you want to make him left-handed. And I'm gonna go on to two little cosmetic items. Both these things go with the backpack. You're never really going to see these because they're inserted in the backpack, but they are nicely detailed. And I guess you could count them as accessories, but not really. Because they're always going to be on the character. I mean, there's really just no reason this is removable other than just add something extra in the box, I guess. It looks nice, but it's, like I said, this is just kind of like a throwaway accessory because it's going to be on the figure at all times, so whatever. Same with these. You're never going to see these once you have them installed, unless you take them out. But yeah, they look really cool, but like I said, throwaway accessories, they're not really ever going to be shown. Comes with two weapons. It comes with standard E11 blaster, which is expertly detailed. I love the wash on this. It does do the little transformy majigger thing. I know everybody's shown this in all the reviews for all the other troopers, but there we go. Has a little stock. You never see them do it in the movies, but the real gun is capable of doing it. It's nuts that they translated that to the toys. Sound like a news reporter when I said that. Okay, I'm going to do this behind camera. I don't want to snap this because this is very fragile. Very fragile. Fragility. Okay. Last but not least, you get the T-21B, which this thing is expertly detailed. I wish it had a little bit more of a wash to it, like a silver wash or something, because it just looks too clean. I mean, you do have a little bit of a wash right here on the barrel where it's like you would have like heat stains and everything from the gun. But other than that, it's not too much paint detail going on it. I mean, even the wood grain back here doesn't stand out too well, in hand. It actually shows up a lot better on camera than it does in person. But it's darker, more of a black. I wish it was more of a brownish color, but yeah, there's really nothing they can do about that. But I noticed in Battlefront, in the actual prop and everything too, because they took, they scanned the actual gun for the Battlefront. There's little silver lines inside here. This is supposed to be like a silverish gold color. This little ball in here. I wish they had painted that because it just really stands out as like this, bull black. Looks like a fruit container, kind of. Like an orange pillar or something like that. That's kind of what it looks like. But, or orange squasher, that's kind of what it looks like. But, yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with the lack of paint detail on this gun, but this gun is nice on its own. You do have the little details inside there, which look great. But yeah, this gun sucks for multiplayer, but it's awesome in the survival mode in Battlefront. So yeah, I suggest that for the survival mode. And last but not least, you get instructions, which I suggest you read for every Hot Toys figure that you get, but this is not really a necessary read at all. Just tells you how to install some stuff, and you can kind of figure that out on your own. So yeah, let's go ahead and put all this stuff back on the figure, and I'll show you what he looks like. Alright, now we're going to go handheld, just so I can show you the figure. First off, there are two things I want to point out that I did not include the accessories that are technically accessories, but they are basically part of the figure, so I just left them on. We'll show you here now. First one being this little canister. They call it a thermal detonator, but it's never really supposed to be intended to be a thermal detonator. I think that's just like something that came from the EU, but anyways. This is a pain in the ass. Anytime you articulate the figure, this is just going to pop off really, really easily, and it's going to fly all over the place. So I've basically gotten in the habit, anytime I want to pose this guy around, I just take it off, sit to the side, pose him, then I put it back on. So there you go. And last but not least is the belt, which is removable. It is the same belt that comes with Han Solo, which I didn't get the exclusive, but it is the same belt. And also, this comes with every Trooper figure, so if you have that in hand, you know what this is. It's a nice little pouch right here for the gun and everything, and it holsters really well. I think it sits really well, almost like it's really weighted with the gun in there. It's really nice. I like that a lot. Now getting onto the figure itself. Oh yeah, let's go around back here. This is the backpack. This is where those two little things went. That is the long cylindrical tube right here. Let me see if I can actually pull it out. Yeah, see, there it is right there. And I'm not going to be able to get these two out because I don't have nails right now. But those are the two smaller ones right there. Those two, they just slide in like that. Alright, now if you noticed the unboxing for this that I put up, this figure was dirty as hell. Really dirty. It had black spots all over the place. I ended up taking a lens cleaner, for my glasses. Had to take that and actually had to clean the figure off. It wasn't just lint, it was actual stains. Stains from the black suit on this guy. And there was actually one right here. I'm not going to move the figure now because it's one-handed, but there was a stain right here, a big, long black stain. And you can actually see that in the video, but I didn't notice that until after I stopped recording. That one was the scariest one. That took me a good 5 minutes of scrubbing just to get off. So, if you have that same problem when you get this figure or any other Trooper, just take a lens cleaner, a Lenovo lens cleaner, I think that's what it is. It's just like for your eyeglasses, or for like a screen or something like that. It cleans it just fine. It doesn't damage the figure, it doesn't fade the paint or anything like that. And, it worked brilliantly. You just had to scrub a little bit. But yeah, it came off just fine after a little bit of scrubbing, but I shouldn't have had to have scrubbed this figure. This is a $220 figure. I shouldn't have had to clean it out of the damn box. I'm sorry, that's just... no. Now, I've seen other people, they've gotten some that are just, straight up clean. Talked to people who've had Troopers before, and they said they didn't have that problem, so maybe that was an isolated issue. But if you have that same issue, now you know how to clean it. You just need a lens cleaner. But, now, the big issue with this guy for posing, it's not really an issue. It's going to be this tube. You're just going to be limited in the range of motion of the head. I mean, you can get it looking as far right as a normal human could anyways. So, there's no issue there. And, why would he need to do the exorcist? Spin only, he wouldn't need to do that because he'd break his damn neck. I mean, this is a true top body. It's supposed to be able to do what a real human can do, so I don't see why it's able to spin around 360 anyways. But, I mean, it's just on a ball joint, so you still should be able to do that. I'm just saying, why would that be a big point of contention? Oh, I can't spin his head fully around. Like, why would you ever do that anyways? Just to say that it can, I mean, that's not a big deal. It can do the full range of motion that a human can in this kind of suit, so, there's no ducking points there whatsoever. Now the other thing that, if you notice when I did the unboxing, this little flap right here was unglued. And I fucked up when I glued this back on here. This is all my fault, so I'm going up to it. As you can see, this one over here is really floppy. Really floppy, right? Go over to this one over here. It's hard as a rock. Now, I've seen two different ways on Troopers like this. Some of them are, like, the fabric that they use is hard as a rock like that. And some of them are really floppy. So it just depends on which one that you get. This is because I used super glue on this at first. And the super glue, Because like, oh yeah, super glue fix anything. That idiot mistake. The fabric in there just soaked up the super glue and it turned into like plastic. I mean, it is rock hard. So then I ended up having to use fabric glue, and that worked just fine. Of course, let it sit overnight before I even try to put it back on the figure because I didn't want it to get stuck to the armor, but that fixed just fine. So if you come across that issue too, just a little dab of fabric glue will fix it just fine. But again, you shouldn't have to come across that. I mean, it is Hot Toys glue, so still. The articulation is really, really good for an armored figure like this. It's not as good as I would hoped it would be. Like, oh, I wish it was a little bit more articulated, but I mean, you don't see troopers in that dynamic of pose anyways. It's not like nothing to do with Spider-Man pose or any shit like that. So, for what it does what it does brilliantly. So, articulation is really, really good. And of course the stand, I love the stand. This is the only, I mean, it's just like the standard Star Wars one, but this is the only one that comes in this shade of blue. And I like this blue. I like this blue a lot. And of course it says Spacetrooper down there. Now I'll say, I'll take this off the stand real quick. This was like out of the box. Ooh, his ankle pegs are very loose. Very loose. That's not what I'm going to talk about though. There we go. Freestanding. It does freestand. It's this. The stand does not stay in there well at all. It's barely just locked in there, and you move the figure a little bit and that's just going to want to fall back. It does that for any of the holes, any part whatsoever. So, that's a bit of a bummer. I do have a little bit of a defect there. It's not nothing to complain about. It's totally manageable. But like I said, none of the rest of my Star Wars ones do that, and I have two. I have Chewbacca and Han sitting over there. Back there behind me. Yeah, Chewbacca, yeah. Wow, that was strange. Yeah, that is really loose, and that it's not that big of a deal. It's probably just mine, but still, I wanted to note that in the review. Yeah, he stands on the stand very well. So yeah, overall, would I recommend you this figure? Yeah, I mean, it's very, very niche, very niche. I only got this because I'm a big fan of Battlefront, and this really, really reminds me of Battlefront a lot. Just from the gun to the backpack, everything. This just really reminds me of Battlefront. It's like the Magma Troopers on Celeste, right? I like that a lot. So, this naturally appealed to me. Before then, like before I played Battlefront, I didn't give a damn about this figure whatsoever. I'm like, oh, this is only in the movie for 2 seconds. This is stupid. No wonder they're doing this as an exclusive. But after playing Battlefront, I really did fall in love with this kind of design. So I'm like, well, you know what, this looks really, really nice, and I do need an original Stormtrooper in my collection, so I popped on it, and I'm glad I did. This definitely isn't for everyone, but if you missed out on the original Troopers like I did, this might be a good way to pick it back up. I mean, you could easily just pop this off. You will be breaking it when you do that, but you can do it, so it's up to you. You'll completely devalue the figure when you do it, but you can take that off, and you'll have a standard Trooper. I think this is just glued onto the normal part back here. There might be a peg. Oh, he's moving a little bit. There might be a peg back there. I'm not quite sure. But for the most part, it looks like you can snip this off and take this off and you'll have a normal Trooper. I highly don't recommend you do that though, because like I said, you will be breaking the figure. But if you're brave and you're a little bit stupid, you can do it. But for me, I like this design a lot. Now, if you're more attached to like a more iconic version of the Trooper and you did miss out on the originals, maybe go for the Sand Trooper coming up. Unless you just absolutely hate the Sand Trooper, but or you can get the Luke exclusive, where it's Luke and Stormtrooper armor, because that is just the short version of this guy. But yeah, that's totally up to you. It's whatever you like, and I'm happy with this being in my collection. The base figure itself is amazing. It just all depends on what you think about this backpack right here, because that's going to be the big, telltale. And of course, this gun. If you like this gun, then I say, get it, because this is the only way you can get this gun right now. I mean, you can get the T-21 with the Sand Trooper, but this is T-21B. This is the heavy blaster variant, not like the, like the sniper rifle. Oh, this is the targeting rifle. Sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. This is the targeting rifle. The heavy rifle is the one that comes with Sand Trooper. Really, the only difference is the scope. So yeah. So it's up to you, whatever you want. But you know, like the base figure itself is absolutely worth getting. It's, you know, iconic as hell. And I say the backpack is cool enough to warrant picking it up because of Battlefront. If you're going off the movie itself, though, no. Because it's only in it for 2 seconds. It is iconic because it's like, oh, hey, look, over there. But, I mean, if you're just going to go with that, and you're going to go movie actor pose, you're going to be stuck in the pose, and it's going to be boring as hell. But this is nice, and I highly recommend it. Like I said, it is niche. It is niche as hell. But like, if you need a Stormtrooper, this is definitely one that you can go with and pick it up because it is really nice. Anyways, I've been to Beard for Collect Things. And to me, have a question, leave them comments down below. Let me know what you think about this figure. Let me know if you're getting this figure. Let me know if you have any troopers in your collection. And I'll see you in the next video.